Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So the Bardock event got that revamp. All of the Great Apes, well at least from Bardock's team that had not yet awoken, now have Dokkan Awakenings. We've already looked at Tora, we already looked at the free-to-play Great Ape Bardock. So now today we're going to go ahead and take a look at BORGOS. BORGOS is a unit that I feel like he could be interesting, but I do feel as though he probably will fall a little short. Maybe if you rainbow this guy, he might be able to put up some big numbers. If you, had some orb changers, the right setup for him, sure. But, I mean, he'll still be a decent unit for the Giant category team. They certainly gave the Giant category team all around just a huge buff. I mean, because now the potential system buffs do stick for these units. One unit I probably will eventually rainbow is the Super Baby 2, by the way, because he could be good if they released a transformation mechanic, Super Baby 2, because you could probably use both of them alongside each other. But between them, the potential system buffs staying with their transformations and some of these old Great Ape units actually getting awakenings, really, the only unit on this category that still needs an awakening is Bergamo. And if he got one, he could be pretty good. And this Giant category team, not the worst. It definitely has helped all the stuff they've done recently. So, let me go ahead and level up BORGOS, and we will hop into an event. Alright guys, so we'll go ahead and hop into an event with this squad right here, the Giant category team. Now, previously when I did videos on Bardock and the Tora, it wasn't like entirely necessary that I showed them on the Giant category team because the Pure Saiyan team was such a good team for them. And, the Tora did get a little bit of a buff for being on a Giant category team, having other Giant category units around, but it was just like HP regeneration, right? Whereas BORGOS himself, he actually gets additional stats, like in terms of him doing damage and stuff. So in order to properly show him, the Giant category team is definitely the spot where I'm going to have to do that. I am going to link up BORGOS with Tora, actually. I feel as though that would be pretty much the best way to show off our boy BORGOS, because he gets 12% attack and defense per key sphere obtained, and then the way it works is he gets an additional 1%, I think, on orbs for each Giant category unit up to 3%. So because we're on a Giant category team, he should get 15% attack and defense per orb. Now again, with Tora on rotation as well, BORGOS probably could hit decently hard in the right setup. I love the super attack by Android 17 right there, by the way. It looks very, very nice. Okay, so he lowered BORGOS' attack right there. And our attack was about 300,000. We did manage to get a number of orbs, and I just realized I should have supered with Slug. That was a bit of a blunder. Oh well, because Slug is really the big damage dealer on the category. Oh, okay. Well, we get the transformation to occur. Fuck, where was Tora? I just want to make sure I get Tora next to BORGOS, right? Because that's like basically the point of the video. I think that Tora was in the second slot, so I moved him into the third slot, hopefully to kind of get him in track to being along with our boy BORGOS. Now, my Super Saiyan 3 GT Kid Goku, because of the fact that he is rainbowed, as you guys can see, he is over 1 million attack stat with all these, and he's doing big damage. Holy shit. Okay, that's... What? 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 I don't know if I've seen that before. So he... What? Wait a minute. We finished the phase, and then he transformed again. That was kind of goofy, but okay, I'll take it. I mean, hey, listen. The Great Apes aren't nearly as bad now that we're able to get crits and additionals and even just a boost in stats, right? Previously, the only Great Ape that could break a 1 million attack stat was Hirudegarn. Now the GT Goku is doing it. And he's taken pretty big chunks of 17's health off, too. Like, I'm very pleasantly surprised. Like, I feel like, if you've got a good, Realm of Gods team, Patara team, Pure Saiyan team, like any team, Android team, it's not really like, it's like, who cares about this buff for the Giant category team? But I feel as though a lot of free-to-play players or players who haven't done well on banners, right? They've pulled like a lot of unfeatured SRs, like, you know, BORGOS, Tora, units like that. This is good for them because I feel like the giant category team is one of the easiest teams in the team you can build because, like, they're kind of bad units that just get pushed on you repeatedly, right? Alright, so I wanted to get Tora with BORGOS, but I wasn't able to get it done. That's okay, that's okay. So a turn or two and we'll be able to get it to actually activate. I guess here's the problem with trying to showcase a unit on a giant category team is sometimes these fuckers are like, you know what, we're just going to transform repeatedly. It won't be too bad if it's like the GT Kid Goku, Lord Slug, or Turles who transform. Okay, so we actually got the transformation by BORGOS himself this time. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Alright, at this point, we've been transformed for so long during the fight, I actually have kind of lost track of who is who. So, oh well. This is also the part of the fight with Android 17, where he is able to block projectile attacks. Oh, looks like the Great Ape Fire Breath does not count as like a beam super. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, the Super Flame. It's called the Super Flame Cannon. Okay. Well, I guess, hey, this is fine, because again, during this portion of the fight, if you're a global player, 17 has this barrier. He does not absorb attacks like he does, like the Super 17 fight. Here, he just blocks beam super attacks. And then, you know, physical attacks just do, you know, normal damage against him. This 17 fight really is not too hard. They didn't make him, you know, overly strong or anything. It's not even really too gimmicky. Like, I think you are able to seal him. You're able to lower his attack, lower his defense. Like, a lot of those abilities still work on 17. Usually, most Dokkan Fest bosses do become immune to shit like that. Okay, so after this, hopefully we will revert, and we can actually see BORGOS. Where is Tora? Oh my. The greatest, yo, the great. Okay, no, we're good. Yes. Okay. Tora is actually in line to. Okay, so we can get a super attack with BORGOS, by the way, but it's just gonna get blocked by 17. But we are online to get Tora and BORGOS next to each other because I just want to see what BORGOS' attack stat will look like. You know, with Tora. Okay, so 400,000. Again, that's not too bad. Considering I have him at 1% in the dupe system. I usually do get any card that can be in the hidden potential system. That's just like a quirk that I have. I like to get them to 1% in the dupe system. So 17, he's just going to continue to block all of this. We'll have to rely on units like Tapion and Lord Slug to deal the damage to 17 right now. Okay, not bad. We are lowering his attack as well. That's pretty helpful. Okay, so good. No transformation again. Oh, see, this is unfortunate, because, I want to save all of these orbs for BORGOS, but I would like to do some damage to this 17 as well, especially while I've got Lord Slug out there, so I'm actually going to take all these red orbs with Slug, and we still have a number of physical orbs that we can give to BORGOS on the next turn, well, provided that Slug does not finish 17 off right here, which he might. Will Slug finish this fight? Maybe. Slug is pretty good. You know, I frequently do say that. I guess on the giant category team, I'm actually able to showcase him. Usually, I'm not really able to get the chance. I guess I'll be able to for the new Piccolo EZA, Extreme Z Awakening, that's coming soon. Because, ooh, we're actually gonna... No, we're just... Okay. We were just over the threshold, by the way. Okay, so let's have... Now, we gotta have BORGOS go first. Okay, so here's with Tora on rotation. I'm also gonna... Tora's a beam attack. Turles is a beam attack. All of these units have beam attacks, so I'm actually gonna drop a King Yama right here. Because we can't kill 17 on this rotation. We're not gonna do damage to 17, but we'll be able to see what BORGOS' attack stat will look like here. So that'll be good enough for me. And then we can kind of scale him to if he was a Rainbow Star unit, right? I do think you probably could get BORGOS over a 1 million attack stat here on the giant category team. Maybe kind of consistently, just as long as he's on rotation with Tora or another one of the Team Bardock Grade Ape units. I'm also tempted to use another defensive item. Yeah, I'm gonna, because we did see Turles was taken, what, 38k from a normal there? So let me just get a little bit of extra defense. So if Borgos can break, ooh, 640k, that's not bad. Again, that's 1% in the dupe system. He could definitely break a 1 million attack stat if you do put significant potential system buffs into him. Okay, so they gave some not too bad buffs to some of these great ape units. I do really like that, you know, giving people more options. You know, for a whale like me, usually outside of doing videos like this, I'm not going to get much use out of like Borgos or Shugesh or probably the free-to-play Bardock, but there's a lot of players out there who just an awakening to one of these units like this gives them like an extra solid option, right? So like it is actually a big deal. I'm glad that they, you know, at this point, many of those old units that were, you know, pretty bad, we have gotten around and gotten awakenings to them. We're still at this point just waiting for like, you know, Tech Final Form Frieza. I wish they would give him a second Dokkan awakening. He does already awaken into a Golden Frieza, but he's only an SSR still. Like, they could Dokkan awaken him into a TUR easily. They could do that. And, you know, there's still, like, an STR Super Saiyan Goku from way back in the day who has not awakened. There are still some units who could get awakenings. And they could even get awakenings during this celebration, too. Okay, so our boy Borgos, that will probably give him the maximum amount of orbs. We'll actually be able to see him do damage on this rotation. We shouldn't need to heal or anything either, because GT Super Saiyan 3 Goku will be able to block quite a bit. Borgos might get a higher attack stat here too. Yeah, he did. 700k, not bad, because we did have 2 support units on this rotation. Again, I would say a lot of times when I try and showcase units, I don't really like to do it if the conditions are too, like, unrealistic, right? But this, I would say, is like a realistic situation you can have on the Giant category team where you'd have Borgos with these 2 support type units, because really Tora and the Great Ape Kid Goku here are like 2 of the better units on this category. The category is still pretty weak in comparison to some other ones, you know, like the Realm of Gods team, Pure Saiyan team, Patara team, Fusion Dance team are, you know, head and shoulders over this, but they're not like bad units. Like that Tora, for example, like I'm gonna use that Tora probably a lot moving forward. Like I'm sure I'll use him on the Pure Saiyan team quite a bit, because, you know, basically he's very similar to Turles. Turles gives 3 ki and 40% attack, whereas Tora gives 3 ki and 30% attack. So putting both of them on the Pure Saiyan team can really help, especially maybe, you know, Blue Vegeta himself is only a prepare for battle unit. So let's say you want to get like some Over and a Flash units on there. You want to get some Super Saiyan 3s, right? You know, Super Saiyan 3 Angel Tech Goku, or Super Saiyan 3, you know, Easy A Goku, you know, one of those units. Maybe even like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. You want to use one of them? Well, you'll easily be able to, like with like Tora or Turles around, giving a lot of extra ki. So support type units like that can be very favorable. Also, I just realized we are going on so long here. This is the thing about the Giant category team. It is so slow. And like, you guys see, like, I've got Lord Slug rainbowed. I have Great Ape Turles rainbowed. Like, I've got Tapion rainbowed. This team is just not about, like, dealing damage. I would say it's more so about getting through events using minimal items. I did use a few items here, but that's because, you know, I was like, I made a rotation without defensive units for the purposes of showcasing Borgos. But I would say you could probably easily clear most events in the game with the Giant category team without using items, just by the frequency of the Giant transformations and how often you are likely to get those to activate. So, alright, so we finished up there. Let's quickly take a look at our boy Great Ape Borgos, and we will finish up the video for today. So where is my boy Borgos? There he is right here. So this is Heating Battlefield Borgos Giant Ape. Leader skill is Physical Type Ki 2, HP attack and defense 70%. So that could be very useful for Dokkan Battlefield. His super attack is the Angry Launcher, which does supreme damage and raises attack for 3 turns. His passive skill, Quiet Heat, is 12% attack and defense per key sphere obtained, and then he gets an additional 1% on that 12% per giant category unit on the team, up to a maximum of 3. So on a giant category team, you know, he's going to be getting 15% attack and defense per key orb. You know, if you use him on like a pure Saiyan team and you've got like Tora on there, you know, he'll still be able to get a little bit of additional stats. But the giant category team, because of that, is definitely the best place for him. And then he also can turn into a giant ape up to 2 times. Links are Team Bardock, Saiyan Pride, Infighter, the Saiyan Lineage, Transform, Saiyan Roar, and Shattering Limit. So he could be useful on the pure Saiyan team. Maybe if you're going to use a lot of Super Saiyan 4s and you've got an empty slot, you know, because he does have Saiyan Pride, Saiyan Roar, some good units for, or links for the Super Saiyan 4s. 12 key multiplier, 140%. I guess for a nuker, you know, the unit like this is what we'd expect. And he does have 3 categories. He has the low class Saiyan category, which is, you know, pretty bad. He's on the giant category, which is better, but still pretty bad in comparison. And then the pure Saiyan category, definitely, like, the best team of all these categories he's on. But BORGOS himself does fit best on the giant category team. So, there we go, guys. There is our boy, Grade A BORGOS. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.